Hey, it's Bree, and I have a story for you. So I didn't even feel like filming today, and I just got done filming one video, and I'm like, well, while I'm here and looking cute, let me go ahead and film another one. So today I'm gonna tell you guys a story of how my ex-boyfriend left me stranded in Hollywood, like on the boulevard. Before I even go ahead and get into this messy ass story, if you guys have been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this you guys are gonna want to see Bree all the time, every time I upload. So I literally have like a vlog and a whole nother video on this memory card, so let's hope we make it all the way through. This story time takes place in 2016, around 2016 or 2017. Definitely around one of those years, because I was still making dumb decisions, okay? So basically, I have this ex, right? And he was like my first love in high school, and before he ended up doing this thing that was just like the final straw for me, don't worry, I will give you a story time on that when the time comes. But before the final straw, I would kick it with him. Like, we would do little stuff here and there. Kicking it with him was kind of like an ego boost for me, because how I looked when he dated me versus how I looked at that time in my life was completely different. So I kind of felt like eye candy or a trophy being with him, and it was pathetic. I mean, he was a sociopath. It was pathetic, like, but whatever. Girls will be girls. So I remember that me and my ex wanted to go to the same event that was taking place in Hollywood, because we had a mutual friend, and because me and him were kind of on good terms at the time. And I really don't remember why, because if you really knew this fool, like, there would be no reason for me to talk to him, but I was talking to him, and we both had interest in the same event. So he comes, he swoops me up from my auntie's house, and we go to Hollywood, and we obviously get some liquor to pregame. So he's driving, and I'm going way more harder than him because I'm not behind the wheel. And you know, he had a BMW, he was driving fast, and I like that kind of lifestyle, like living on the edge. So I was definitely going beyond my limit. And yeah, that part of the story is really gonna come in handy later. We end up in Hollywood. It takes us like 20 minutes to find parking, and then we finally find parking, and we find out that the event that we want to go to is turned down. Like, nobody's there, and we already are like 2 hours late. So we're like, what do you mean nobody's there? And mind you, I'm dressed for the event, so I'm like, I wasted an outfit, and he felt the same way, and we just looking at each other like, are we wasting this outfit? So we get out of the car and we walk down Hollywood, and we go past the event, and the event was kind of like in a bar that was like on the corner of Hollywood, and it wasn't like a outdoor bar, but the way it was set up, like, you could see in the bar from the boulevard, because obviously they want people from the street to be like, oh, what's going on in here, and like come inside. But it was dead. And when we realized that the event that we originally wanted to go to was whack, we ended up walking down Hollywood Boulevard a little bit more, because I mean, we were kind of lit. Like, nobody wants to drink a bottle of tequila to go home, right? So on Hollywood Boulevard, there is a bar called Cabo Cantina. So we go into this bar, and it's pretty like a notorious crappy bar. Like, it's just, they do like huge margaritas. It's like a corny bar. Like, if you just turn 21, you go there to get smashed to go somewhere else. So we go to this bar, and I drink this huge margarita. Like, Cabo Cantina is known for margaritas like as big as our head. Like, literally from my hoop to hoop, that's how big that margarita was. And it had like a beer inside of it, like that episode of Jersey Shore where Snooki gets like smashed off of a huge margarita with a beer dipped inside. I was drinking that because I go hard. Like, I kind of go hard. Like, I like to party. Cabo Cantina's boring. Like, it wants to have like club vibes. Like, they play music loud and stuff like that, but It's really like a basic bar. I finished that entire fishbowl margarita, and I'm like, what's next? What's next? Because I'm wild. Like, I came to turn up. So when we leave Cabo Cantina, I felt fine. We kind of just like, well, I don't want to go home. So what are we gonna do? And we end up walking down Hollywood a little bit until we get to One Oak. Now, One Oak is in multiple cities. It's in LA, it's in New York, I'm pretty sure it's in Miami, and it's in Vegas. It's like a elite club. It's like a pop-in club. Like, I've seen Travis Scott there, I've seen Future there, I've seen Amber Rose there. I've seen some celebrities at that club. So yeah, it's a pop-in club in LA. So him and I, we get in line, and something about me, like when I drink, I get so confident. And I don't even remember standing in that line long. And what girl do you know? Girls have a hard time even getting their homegirls in the club. I got myself and that boy in the club with a quickness. Like, we got in there quickly, no problem, no issue. And one of the things that One Oaks does is they have like Tuesday turn-ups, like on a Tuesday. And I really think that that's what happened. I think it was a Tuesday kind of event, because even though it was Tuesday, it was still lit, you know? So we go, we kind of look it out. We're trying to figure out, like, okay, like, are we just gonna end up finessing sitting at somebody's table? Are we gonna stand on the dance floor like peasants? Because honestly, at One Oak, being on the dance floor kind of is like being a peasant, right? So we're like, ugh, whatever, let's just go to the bar. So we go to the bar, and he buys one round of $30 shots. I buy one round of $30 shots, and tequila again. So I'm drinking tequila this entire night. So y'all, I wear glasses, and I just remember going, okay, I need to go to the bathroom. And I was in these like 5.5, 6-inch heels. They weren't like stripper heels, but they were heels. They were like platforms. And I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and I remember going up the stairs. I'm like, ooh, like, you know, like when you feel like you're about to black out, like you feel your soul leaving your body. That's what I felt, y'all. Like, I'm going up the stairs to this bathroom, and I might as well have been going up the stairs to heaven, because my soul was leaving my body. And I remember being in the stall, like sitting there in a fur coat, like, okay, I hope he's easy to find, because I cannot see, and I'm 2 seconds from blacking out. So I get myself together, didn't even use the bathroom. Didn't even use it. I just went in there, sat on the toilet stall, stared at myself in the mirror for a cool minute, pat my face, and then went out to the dance floor. I come out the bathroom, guys are like grabbing on me, and I'm just like, where is my ex? Where is my ex? And so, I mean, I personally hate calling people in the club because they can't hear me. So I'm like, texting. He's like, I'm in the photo booth. I go find him in the photo booth, and we literally are just in there making out, taking pictures, like literally wasting money, you guys. Do you know how expensive the club is? We're paying like $5 to make out in a photo booth, and we don't even date. We don't even like each other. Like, if we were sober, we would be so mean to each other. Like, we were in there for a cool minute, and I remember he goes, okay, like, let me go get something else to drink. Like, let's go get something else to drink. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit right here. Y'all, I end up throwing up in the photo booth, right? So at this point, I'm gone. Like, I'm gone. So I kind of just like, oh shit, like, I threw up in this photo booth. I need to get out of here. So I just casually like, okay, bye. Like, I just get out of that photo booth before anybody like recognizes that it was me. I don't know, but I escaped, okay? And the bar, okay, so the photo booth is right here, the bar is right here, and then there's like a lounge area right here. Like, say you got in but you're trying to talk to the promoter to get your friends in, there's like a little area for finessing. The thing about me is I love attention, and some guy grabs me, I don't know, I think he starts dancing with me, and I'm feeling it, and I'm like, I mean, I'm really feeling myself. And I don't know if you guys remember at the beginning of the story, I told you guys that part of the reason I hung out with my ex is because it was an ego booster. It made me feel like I'm a bad bitch. Like look what you lost. Like, I'm kicking it with you, but it's charity. Like, I'm only yours for the night. Like, just juvenile things. You know what I'm saying? Like, little kid stuff, little girl stuff. So this guy starts dancing with me. Don't even remember what he looked like, but I'm just like, oh, he dancing. We're gonna make my ex jealous. He right there buying drinks. I don't care. One thing leads to another, and I'm literally on top of this guy making out with him in the lounge area right in front of the club where people come in on a Tuesday. I mean, I was on his lap making out with him like I knew him my entire life. And if he robbed me right now and he was in a police lineup, I would not know who he was. And I had my tongue all down his throat. So, as you can imagine, my date probably turned around from the bar like,
wait, stop the motherfucking music. You, are you dumb?
So I don't know what happened between the time my ex went to the bar and I was sticking my tongue down this stranger's throat. But the lights in the club turned on and I was just blacked out, couldn't even see straight, no glasses, and standing on Hollywood Boulevard. And I'm calling him and calling him and calling him. And even though I was like drunk, it kind of started to set in that I did not have a ride home. I don't think I knew about Uber at the time. I really don't. I don't think Uber was like popping at the time. Because if it was, I would have got an Uber. Like, that just would have been the end of the story. Like, oh, he left me on Hollywood, I got an Uber. But no. I'm standing there and the hot dog lady comes, the guy that gives out the roses, and a fear legit starts to set into me because I cannot see, and like I need to wear glasses, and I'm really weak at night, and I'm just like horrified because I'm in this skimpy outfit, I'm in these uncomfortable shoes, I have this fur coat on. What am I supposed to do? And I just start walking down Hollywood, calling him, I think I called him like 20 times. I don't know how, but I got his mom's phone number. Believe me, y'all, like when I say I don't know how I got that woman's phone number, I was calling his mom over and over and over. Mind you, this was like 1:32 in the morning on a Tuesday. I was blowing her up, crying. Like, I think she answered twice and she was beyond rude. Like, for her to be another woman, she was an ass. She was an ass. Like, you would think that her herself would have come pick me up because her idiot son left me stranded. But hey, takes an idiot to raise an idiot. Am I right? Right? So she kind of like cusses me out and tells me she's gonna call him. And I end up not hearing from neither of them. So I start walking like towards the Roosevelt Hotel. And I'm walking down the street and I'm crying like a little girl who's lost in the mall, like weeping, and all these guys are trying to hit on me, and I'm like scared, like literally petrified, because if you've been stranded by one guy and then these other guys are like, hey, like, what's wrong with you, you instantly go into like, ah, like, you know what I mean. So I run into these group of girls because my feet were hurting and I had just like stopped between like the Coffee Bean and the actual Roosevelt Hotel. I just like stopped and I was just there and I was just kind of like bent, just crying. And this group of sorority girls, it was crazy. They were having the best time of their life. And they see me and they come up to me and they're like, what's going on? You know, like, you know how girls are when they're drunk, like yelling in your face, like, what's going on? Like, what happened? Who did this to you? And I'm like, he left me here. I don't have a ride. What am I gonna do? Like, y'all, when I say I was scared for my life, I was literally petrified for my life. Like, I was scared. Like, and believe me, I know why he left me, especially knowing that he's already an ass. Like, when you know that this person is already a sociopath and has sociopathic tendencies, why would he not think to himself, oh, so she wants to make out with other guys? I'm gonna leave her ass here. I mean, regardless, like, he could have looked out for me. I don't know. I guess these girls were sent from heaven and they could like literally smell the fear on me, because they were like, no, you do not deserve this. You're coming with us. You're coming with us right now. And they grabbed me, like literally one of them grabbed me by each arm, and they started to like low-key like drag me to their hotel room. And I'm walking down Hollywood and I'm feeling like safe. Like I feel like I trust these girls, but I'm still like hyperventilating, because I'm like, how did it get to this? Like, even in my drunk mind, I'm like, how did it get to this, to where I'm gonna have to sleep over with strangers? Honestly, we end up ordering food and crashing there and chain smoking on the balcony. And it was just, I wanted to share this story because though they were some really nice girls. Like, they did not have to do that. They were really, really sweet. And I could tell that they genuinely cared. And so I feel like they were like angels. Like, seriously, because what would have happened to me? Like, the train wasn't running. I didn't know what Uber was. Like, what would have happened to me if it wasn't for those girls? So if they ever find this video, like, I am eternally grateful. I just remember waking up the next day and there was this one girl, the primary girl, who was like, no, you don't deserve this. You're coming with us. I remember when we got to the room, she was like, in the morning, you're coming with me. I mean, I have to babysit, but we are going to be sisters. And I was like, okay, I trust you. I literally put my life in this girl's hands just because she had way more confidence, and she was just like everything I needed. Like, she was legit giving me life. She was like my Lord and Savior at that point in time. Okay, so we wake up the next day and my phone was dead. Like, my phone was literally on 3%. So I'm stranded. I don't know these girls. I don't even know if I'm really gonna have a ride home, and my phone is on 3%. So who do I call to come pick me up in case this girl doesn't want to give me a ride home? But as soon as she wakes up, she's like, hey, like, I gotta go babysit somebody, let's go. She was like, where do you live? And I told her, like, on Crenshaw. And she's like, okay, well, I passed through downtown, I'm gonna drop you off downtown. And I'm like, okay. So she drops me off downtown at this gas station because she was honestly running late. And it was crazy because, like, you know, like when you drink a lot and then the next day you kind of like snap into responsibility mode. I mean, she had like full force snapped into responsibility mode while I'm still sweating out tequila and can't wrap my mind around the fact that I don't even know her and I'm stranded and my phone's gonna die. So she drops me off at this gas station, and mind you, my ex still has not messaged me. Disappointed, but not surprised. Mom never called me back. That was kind of shocking because your son literally put a whole other human being in danger. Okay, so I call my mom. I'm like, hey, can you come pick me up? No, I need to go do something. I'm like, I would really appreciate it if you picked me up. Fine, I'm gonna take an hour. Y'all, my mom made me stand at that gas station in Platform Hills. She took so long, I had to call a cab. I had to call a cab to meet my own mother halfway to take me home. The whole ride home, I didn't even want to tell my mom what happened, because at that point, like, if she really cared, she would have came and got me. And I was just so bitter on so many levels. I was stranded. I was at a gas station for over an hour and I had to spend my own money to get a cab because I couldn't rely on my mom. I mean, it's safe to say I felt some type of way. And here's the ending to this story. Here's the catch. Around 4 p.m., between 4 and 6 p.m., my ex finally texts me, hey, are you okay? Do you know what could have happened to me between 1:30 in the morning and 6 p.m. the next day? In Hollywood, he's like, let me make it up to you, and buys me a burrito from down the street, like, because he knew that that was my favorite place. So he buys me a burrito, and then he's just sitting there watching me eat the burrito, like, annoyed of me. And it's like, now that I'm like older, I get it. Like, now that I understand what it means to like have a boyfriend and a partner, I'm like, oh, well, yeah, he's annoyed at me because I probably would have never got stranded if I just made out with him and not a complete stranger. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I don't know, you guys. I was trying to get revenge on him. And he took it to the next step. Like, he went above and beyond to make sure that I got the message that he was not the one to get revenge on. And the only reason he even apologized and bought me that burrito, that pity burrito, mind you, was because his mom cussed him out because of how many times I called her. I mean, my life is so humiliating. My life is just, y'all. That's the end of the story. If you guys like this video, go ahead and turn that thumbs up. Blue, support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know if you guys agree with the fact that I should have been stranded. I mean, yeah, it's gonna hurt my feelings if you guys agree. I'm gonna be like, damn, you guys supposed to be on my side. But it's always nice to have feedback. With that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.